Okay, just looking at it, again, I'm going to say I see a pattern over here. And someone says, what pattern do you see? I see something that might make my life a lot easier. This and this are identical, and this are identical. So what am I saying? They're reciprocals. That's what I'm saying. So you'd have to, set up some pattern to make it easier. And I'm just going to simply say u is equal to x squared minus 5x plus 1, x squared minus 2x plus 2. And if I did that, it's a simple pattern, by the way. You get u minus 1 over u equals minus 8 thirds. All right? Then so what do you do now? Multiply both sides by 3u. What do you get? 3u squared minus 3 equals minus 8u. What do you do? This is quadratic. Let me go to the next page. You get 3u squared plus 8u minus 3 equals 0. I want to point out, we give you a key for a reason. If you get stuck, look at the key. And I'm saying these things, all right? I'm saying all those things over here. So I'm saying the u is that guy there. What do? I make my substitution. I simplify. And we're at this stage over here. Now, what are you supposed to do when you get there? You're supposed to factor, all right? So I'm going to say, you know what? It's not a bad factorization problem. Then you get two solutions for u. U could be 1/3. That's certainly 1. And u could be minus 3. What's u, though? Remember, u is this thing up here. So I got to write that down. So I just put it down, and then I solve. What do I mean by that? I got to get this in a quadratic form that I know, which is 0 equal. So this one will lead to this, and this one here will lead to this. All right? The problem with this is, and I really mean this, is the factoring for most students. So if you kind of look at it, I'm going to say the first one, you're not going to get it using your finger numbers. So what I suggest you do is the quadratic formula. This one over here, it's got a better chance of using your finger numbers. What would I say over there? I don't know, 4x and x. Let's see, I'm going to say 7 and 1. Let's take a look at that. I got to get it, minus minus. I don't know if it's going to work, by the way. I got to check it. That gives me 4x squared minus 4x minus 7x minus 11x. Yeah, it works beautifully. So what do you get? X equals, well, that's going to be 7/4, or x equals 1. And I got to see those over here. Again, this one leads to this over here. Now, I got to be honest with you. I like to check, but I realize people, they glaze over when I'm checking things. What I'm going to claim over here is looking back at the original problem, you look for troubles. And someone says, what would the troubles be? Well, the troubles would be the denominators equals 0. So I'm going to say when x squared minus 2x plus 2 equals 0. And the other one is when x squared minus 5x plus 1 equals 0. I hope you realize just by looking at those that these are not trouble and this is not trouble, because this one's a solution to this equation over here. It's not a solution to those over there. So there's no division by 0. So all 4 answers work beautifully. However, you may say to yourself, I don't trust you. I want to check it. Go to town, check those numbers. 1's really easy to check. What I mean by that, just plug the 1 in. So let me write that down for you. What does it mean to check? In the original statement. What do you get? Well, on top you get 1 minus 5 plus 1 is minus 3. What do you get on bottom? 1. That's not so bad. Minus, let's write this down now. What do you get on top? Well, it's a reciprocal, so that's not that bad. What are you going to get? You can get 1 minus 3 over here, and that they say it's equal to minus 8 thirds. And what's nice about that? It is a reciprocal. So what do you get? Minus 3 plus 1/3. What would that give you? Well, calm down with 3. So you get minus 9 plus 1 is minus 8. It worked beautifully. I mean, it does check. Again, you might say to yourself, it's really tough to check. You know what? It is tough to check, but it's a worthwhile exercise to make sure you got the right answer. Thank you.